Hi, so this is the HP OmniBook 5, specifically the version using the Snapdragon X Plus processor. The exact model name is X1P42100, together with 16GB of RAM and 512GB storage. That promises both good everyday performance and, most of all, really good battery life of up to a whopping 34 hours on a single charge. So what do we actually get here? Starting from the outside, the OmniBook 5 does make a fairly neat impression. It is lightweight, 1.25 kgs, fairly thin and easy to handle on the go. The aluminum lid, together with a decent plastic everywhere else, gives it a, not premium, but good, at least, feel. Connectivity-wise, we get two USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 ports on one side that can be used both for connecting things as well for charging. On the other side, we get a normal USB-A 3.2 Gen 2 and a combined mic and headphone 3.5mm jack. Nothing out of the ordinary, but decent. Opening up the lid, the 14-inch OLED screen with a 60Hz refresh rate is also fairly good, with a resolution of 1920 x 1200 pixels and a reported brightness of 300 nits. Not super high, but it does the job. For actually working with the computer, the keyboard is actually pretty nice as well, although I really would have preferred a double row enter button. But other than that, the key travel is fair and the quality is nice. This, however, can not be said about the trackpad. That is, in my opinion, the worst thing about this computer. The tracking is decent, but the physical clicking is horrible, as the touchpad is completely stuck at the top and then loosens more and more over the underlying switches the further down you go. So here HP could have done a lot better. It's actually to the point where I feel that a mouse is needed for actual productivity work. Under the hood though, things luckily gets better, and the Snapdragon X Plus offers more than enough power for normal web browsing, office work, streaming and normal multitasking. You can edit videos as well, but working with more than a few 4K clips, the system chip does start to sweat a bit too much. Here though, I was pleasantly surprised that the fan noise never rose to terrible levels, but instead stayed at a pretty constant soft humming, regardless of workload as well. As for gaming, this is probably not the computer to buy. Sure, I was able to play both Skyrim and Sims 4 decently. However, since the Snapdragon X Plus is ARM-based, the compatibility is a bit floating, and occasionally I did encounter a few odd bugs where, for example, could not enter the save menus in Skyrim at all, or move the camera in The Sims whatsoever. The frame rate in those games was though decent, and even GTA 5 is playable, but don't expect everything to be perfect, and some games like Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, just wouldn't start at all. As for the promised battery life of up to 34 hours, I didn't really get that ever. However, a full working day on a single charge has been no problem, and I suppose if you do tread really carefully, you might be able to squeeze around 30-ish on-screen hours, as long as the computer does not get pushed by anything other than some video streaming or similar. So to sum this quick review up, if you want a fairly well-balanced laptop when it comes to everyday productivity and or studies, etc., the HP OmniBook 5 does deliver a fair performance value for its price, while also being both portable, quiet and fairly long-lived in between charges. The only thing to really keep in mind here is the lagging touchpad, as well as the fact that not all programs supports the ARM architecture. So if you have apps or software you really need to use, it can still be a good thing to check their support with ARM processors before an eventual purchase. Alright, those are my thoughts on the HP OmniBook 5 with the Snapdragon X Plus system chip. Please share any of your thoughts or questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help with what I can. Thank you for watching. Bye!